everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for August 22nd. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Again, this is the second to last mass upload because I have about 4 or 5 today to still catch up on. Ooh, come September, we are going to be going on a daily basis again. So let's get right to it. At the Metro Court, the guy Anna is consulting can't help her with these diamonds anymore. The diamond is stolen property and he could get arrested just for touching it. Apparently, this diamond wasn't a part of the necklace that Raymond Berlin bought. It has like a different, whew, I don't know what my neighbors just did, but they scared me. It has a different code inside that matches something else. So where did it come from? Oh, it was part of a high-profile jewelry heist. And it is 12:11 p.m. August 30th. Why are there fireworks happening next door? That's the real question, everyone. Joss and Carly are having lunch. Jocelyn is not happy. Carly is banning Jocelyn from seeing Oscar outside of school. And I'm like, ooh, no. That is the wrong tactic to take on this, Carly. Jocelyn wasn't honest with her, and that's, what she's being punished for. I'm surprised, maybe they just haven't gotten to it yet, but there needs to be a serious conversation between Carly and Michael about Michael making Carly feel like she was digging up drama and going after Nell unnecessarily when Nell was lying to her. I feel like I really need that to be addressed. Like, oh, it's bubbling right here. This is where it's bothering me. Elizabeth calls Franco. She's going to meet him at his studio. Sam wants to tell Carly what happened. She knows Carly's going to figure it out anyway. And Jason is going to go check on something. Andre comes in and offers if she wants to talk before she goes about what she did when she was sick. Her hallucinations must have been distressing. She says, it doesn't really matter now. She's better. And he's like, hallucinations can be tricky things. Sometimes they're random and sometimes the subconscious is manifesting something it's worried about. And she asks if he thinks that what she saw is something she wanted to happen. She was having visions that Jason was in trouble. She's never felt the need to protect him because he's invincible, but not anymore. It's almost as if ever since she lost Jason and he came back, things have been different. And this is where my little bells are going off, and I'm like, don't do it, General Hospital, don't do it. We've invested a lot of time into this new J-Sam, and don't do it. I know something's gonna happen with bringing Steve Burton back. I don't know what, and I'm very unsettled. And not that I mind him coming back. Obviously, when I watched it, he was on it, and I like him. I met him in real life, and he's a nice person. I try to be very diplomatic with it, because obviously everyone who watches the videos have different feelings, so I just try to, give both sides of it, regardless of how I feel personally. But I don't know, when she said that, I just got these alarm bells that just won't go away. So her repressed feelings could have contributed to all of this. She should talk to someone. It doesn't even have to be him. Elizabeth tells Jason that she asked Franco to move in and it goes just as well as you think it does. Obviously, he's not happy. They all love Jake. Well, she says that. But he can't ignore what he did to Sam, and she says he was unwell and she hoped he'd acknowledge that by now. But he's not going to change his mind overnight, and by overnight, I mean within, the foreseeable future. Jordan finds Jason. Liz cuts their conversation short, and Jordan wants to ask him questions about what happened at the PCPD yesterday.
PJ, can you not hurt my leg?
She tells him about the missing gun, and he doesn't know what to tell her. She asks why he would want to protect the person who shot Sonny. She thinks he's going after the shooter himself, and he's like, no, it's not that. Plus, he's out of that life. By the way, Sam is around the corner hearing this, and Jordan says that she's going to get to the bottom of this. At Ava's, Franco has a proposition for her, but she shuts the door in his face. He does make this comment, I think probably alludes to an artist, and that her face looks something this artist would paint that was kind of rude, just to give you the full context of that. So he says he wants to talk about an idea Kiki had. She gives him 30 seconds. He has his old paintings. The art world is buzzing. He wants to get rid of it, but she owns an art gallery. She says it sounds good, but she's not going to the gallery ever again. Why would she go back to the gallery to be reminded of everything she lost? And he gets it because that's how he feels looking at his old art. He wants to destroy them, but Kiki stopped him. The money could be used for a lot of good things, and he wants to contribute to his household, and he'll up her commission too. There has to be something she wants, and she looks at the card and I guess considers the clinic, because maybe She has enough money. She doesn't need Valentine's referral. So she says the only thing she wants is too much and the price is too high. And he's like, that's so specific, but also so vague. It's like linens and things. Like, what do you sell? Linens? Anything else? Oh yeah, things.
I just don't want you jumping on the table. Because if a rock can't be on the table, I don't think a PJ can be on the table.
She says she let everyone go, and he's like, well, you could call it a pop-up event, because that would even make it even more like, ooh, and scarcity, you said, drives up the price, and she said it herself, and she'll think about it. At the studio, Elizabeth meets Franco there and sees the destroyed paintings. He tells her about the little journey he's been on. He doesn't want to lose her if he stops pretending the man he used to be didn't exist. And she says that the future is theirs. Like, they just have to look ahead. At Kelly's, Christina runs into Valerie. She's here for her blind date, and they're gonna catch up later. Curtis and Stella are arriving. He knows something's up. She wants him to meet a new friend of hers because he has a feeling he's being set up, and then Valerie walks up. Stella is ecstatic that they know each other, but nope, it's not a good history. Stella still wants them to try, and Valerie's like, Curtis used her status as a cop to gain access to a file and almost cost her her job, and then started dating her boss. And then Stella immediately blames Jordan, and Curtis is like, wait, all that Valerie said was my fault. Like, Jordan has nothing to do with this. He owns what he did, and Valerie's like, look, it all worked out, but let's go our separate ways now. Stella doesn't understand. Curtis says he gave in to temptation. He thought he could get away with it, and he was wrong. Back at General Hospital, Curtis runs into Jordan. She asks about his fancy jacket, and he tells her about the blind date and how it didn't go great and everything. And Stella was disappointed in him, but at least she probably won't try to set him up again. And Curtis would rather be set up with her if he had to be set up with anyone, and it's like, okay. Jason looks for Sam in her room, and she's missing. He talks to Andre. He says that she left to talk to someone, and it seemed important. At Sunny's, Alexis is at Sunny's talking about how the past always comes back, and she talks about the trial. It was stressful. She doesn't know if she did the right thing, and she's worried about Sam. And he says, you know, it's exhausting not knowing if your daughter's going to be all right. And Christina comes in and is like, really? You couldn't wait to tell Dad about Parker? And I'm like, honey, calm yourself. Sunny says they were talking about Sam, but now that we're talking about Parker, what about Parker? Oh, she's teaching at PCU. Alexis says that she had words with Parker, you know what she's doing here. So then Christina says that Parker had a personal upheaval and needs a fresh start. And Alexis is like, I don't remember her saying that. And Christina's like, yeah, I talked to her after you left. So Christina turns it back on Alexis. Alexis is like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. Christina respects that Sunny talks about how he feels, where she feels that her mom tells her how she's supposed to feel. Like, Alexis isn't like, I don't like Parker. She's like, you shouldn't like Parker. Christina just doesn't know how she's supposed to hate a person who helped her realize a big part of who she is. And her and Sunny hug, and I like seeing them get along because they went through a lot. But Sam shows up. She won't let Sunny and Jason continue to protect her. She wants to own up to what she did. She can't do this anymore. Carly deserves to know the truth. At Perks, Christina meets back up with Valerie. They talk about moms. And Valerie says even though her relationship with her mom wasn't perfect, they loved each other and she wishes she could see her one more time. Time is precious and don't waste time. Just try to make things right. Back at the Metro Court, Alexis sits with Carly. Both are having daughter problems. Both feel like they can't do anything right. Alexis says that, you know, maybe take a step back and let them make their own mistakes. She tells her Christina and her just got into it. But don't tell a teenager not to do something because they'll want to do it more, and that really like kind of hits with Carly. So Alexis leaves, Jocelyn comes back, and Carly tries to smooth everything back over. They both admit to being harsh. She won't stop her from seeing Oscar, but she's still on restriction until school starts. Carly will see Jocelyn at home, so she's leaving her at the Metro Court. She's putting some trust in her, and Jocelyn thanks her and hugs her. So I think they finally found their happy medium, their compromise, and I'm so happy. I really am, because I really want Jocelyn to have Carly in her life and Carly to have Jocelyn in her life, and for Jocelyn not to be replacing Carly with Nell, basically. Also at the Metro Court, the Diamond guy says that the diamond is from a smash and grab in Europe. Well-organized operation, and Anna's like, well, by who? And now end scene. Sam says Carly deserves to know the truth, and Carly walks in, and it's like, yeah, I do deserve to know the truth. Carly wants to know what's going on right this second. Christina's like, I have to get back to work. And Valerie's like, well, aren't you the owner's daughter? And she's like, yeah, but I'm also the boss's ex. And Valerie's like, we have to catch up sometime because you have an interesting life. Alexis comes over. She doesn't like how they left things. Alexis is going to make an effort to respect Christina's choices, and they hug, and Valerie feels good. And honestly, like, okay, I see what you're doing here. Jordan wants Curtis to find someone who makes him happy, and he wants the same for her, but like that person is each other. Ava is transferring funds into the gallery's account, so I think she's going to go along with this. Liz is really concerned about Franco. He says he doesn't want to go back to who he was, and then Ava calls. Liz is looking around, and she pulls a painting out. It's a bit different from his other paintings. It's not a CO77X painting. Diamond Guy doesn't know who's behind the thefts, and now Anna is super intrigued. Andre comes up to Anna and she puts the diamond in her pocket, which, like, I am so paranoid when it comes to pockets. Like, I always have to, like, check, like, I have to have my hand on whatever in my pocket. Sam is about to talk, and Jason comes in. She says she has to be honest. She apologizes, and she's the one who shot Sonny. So we're just off on this now. We're going for it. So that is it for That Day's General Hospital, and we are almost done with this mass upload. So, oh, one more. Okay, let's do this. All right, bye.